Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. We got a Tarkov update video for you today. Servers are down right now as of making this video. They'll probably be up by the time you watch this though, which means we got a decent patch because they had to take the servers down for 6 hours. Or at least that's the projection. Like they always do, servers will be down for 6 hours and they might be extended. That's what they always say. So we'll get into the patch notes. We got a couple promo codes you're not going to want to miss out on, or redeem codes, whatever, you know, the free stuff in the launcher, and just some other things to talk about with the patch. So let's not waste any more time. Get right into it. Okay, so here's their tweet. Patch 1.0.0.2 has begun. Installation will take approximately 6 hours, but can be extended if necessary. Game will be unavailable during this time. This also applies to the official websites as well as Battlestate Games Account Center. Those are going to be unavailable from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. GMT, 1 a.m. Eastern to 8 a.m. GMT, 3 a.m. Eastern. So that's just 2 hours. And then the link to the patch notes, which we'll go over here. These are really, really, really light patch notes. Not even going to bullshit you. Just barely one screen worth, right? Depending on how much your zoom is, I guess. We'll go through these real quick. Fix an issue where an extra step animation played after sprinting. This should help a lot with movement. I know a lot of us noticed this right out the gate. It's different if you hold shift or if your shift is hold or press. It just felt weird. So hopefully this addresses that and the transition from running to stopping feels better. Fix the character's hands freezing after interacting with a weapon or using consumables and medical items in certain cases. Hand freezing bug, it's as old as Tarkov. It's been around forever. It always seems like there's a new one and then they patch it and then there's something else will happen. We'll get another one. Fix the visual artifacts that appeared in interactive trader scenes and in the hideout when using X2 resampling. Fix the missing trader dialogue voice lines after skipping a line. Fixed several errors that occurred when interacting with traders that could block progression in certain cases. So there's a half a dozen of these that I've heard from people at various stages and stuff, everything from dealing with the flight recorder to stuff with the secure case to even like the very first couple of tasks. So hopefully this fixes all of those and people can get back to progressing normally on the storyline. Fix the cause of error 710 that appeared during certain story tasks. Fixed an issue that allowed loading into the hideout while searching for a raid. Fixed the artifacts that appear when using the CyberTark main menu background. I know I have the CyberTark menu, so I noticed it. Just weird stuff that happens in the background. Fixed an issue that caused Kaban's weapons to float in the air. Fixed an issue where a bot's body disappeared if they died while healing in PvE mode. Fixed several geometry issues on interchange. Fixed the issue with the BTR interaction and sending items to stash in certain cases. Okay, I didn't have this problem, thankfully, but I know a lot of you guys, you'd get in the BTR and you couldn't cycle the menus. You couldn't do anything but exit. You know, you use scroll wheel or page up, page down. That didn't work, as well as some people not getting their stuff back from the BTR. I've used the BTR, oh man, over a dozen times to send stuff back, and I've gotten every one of them. I haven't not got them, a single one of them. Last wipe, I had a couple that didn't come back, and I just stopped using it. So hopefully this addresses that, and the BTR is working for everybody. It's a great tool on streets and woods. It's great for getting loot out. It's great for moving around the maps. So hopefully it gets fixed for everybody. Plus the task line, you couldn't do the tasks for it. Fix the display of Thai language localization. Fix the incorrect volume levels for some ambient sounds on customs. So like the big one that stands out to me, the birds chirping. Some of the birds, it was like they were inside your ear chirping. So hopefully that addresses that. There's some other audio bugs, but I don't think they're going to get addressed, unfortunately, because they didn't make the patch notes. Fix the functionality of the Z-blur option in the graphics setting. Fix the incorrect parameters for 7.62x51 ammo. So I don't know what to say about this yet. We'll see. We'll see what happens when the patch hits and how the gun feels. I haven't used a ton of it, but I have noticed some weird stuff going on. But I don't want to say it because I don't want to look like I'm wrong. And then if I'm right, I can say, see, I told you so. Told you something was wrong. Something didn't feel right. We'll just see. We'll see what they change. This might be stats, but it might be hidden stuff as well, hidden parameters as well. Fix several incorrect player spawn points on Lighthouse. I haven't played a single raid of Lighthouse yet, so I'm glad I missed out on this. If you're spawning in the wrong spot, it's a good way to get killed by somebody else. So some big things are missing from here, and I'm probably going to miss some bug or something that's important to you. I'm just going to go off some of the stuff, rattle off some of the stuff on the top of my head. The issues with DLSS and causing scopes to be blurry and just not working. I don't think DLS really does anything even if you turn it on, because I turned it off and I didn't notice my performance go down. I turn it on, even if I put up with this blurry scopes, I turn DLSS on, it doesn't feel like the game runs any better. And then just general, a lot of times they have like a single line down here that says various technical fixes or whatever, and that's not in here. So it's notable that it's missing, though I don't think it means much. There's almost always in there. So the general poor performance of the game as it is right now, hopefully that it's just going to be a process and it gets better and better with each wipe, especially in the menus. The menus are just laggy and it's kind of brutal moving around and it gets annoying and it wears on you. So hopefully that gets addressed. The bright lights, the crazy bright lights, like the construction lights and stuff like that, hopefully those get adjusted. There's some weird fog. I don't know if it's the volumetric lighting or whatever it is, but fog just feels too much sometimes. Like it's bright, like the fog itself is glowing almost. Then there are things with the audio. There's, your head, it sounds like you're in a fishbowl. Audio just disappears. There's lots of things going on in the game that aren't listed here. They could get fixed. They might not. They might still be working on it. We'll just have to wait and see. There are a lot of rumors going around that this patch is going to bring snow. I think those are relatively sane rumors. It's a relative expectation. It might not happen. We've had low snow come as late as after Christmas. I think that was the first wipe. The game was just what it was until Christmas time, and then we had wintertime. It showed up with the Christmas event, but they could turn snow on tonight. They could put the process to turn snow on tonight, and we just don't have it yet. We'll have to wait and see. Now, events. We know an event's coming based on what Nikita tweeted this picture out a couple of days ago. How many days ago was this? 27th? Yeah, so a couple of days ago. This, in-game, that's obviously event. I don't know what this letter is here. I don't know if this is Koravad. It could be. I hope they're bringing the Koravad event back. We had it last year. It was a lot of fun. It gets some pretty good rewards, give people another chance to get through it. But we'll see. This kind of makes me think that the snow, there's a potential that we get on tomorrow morning and there's no snow, and then there's going to be some kind of event process that brings the snow in. And it might just be Nikita saying, okay, it's going to snow. I don't know. But yeah, keep that in mind. Just because it's not in the patch notes doesn't mean it's not coming, because BSG very rarely puts events in the patch notes. Doesn't happen very often. So there's that. Onto codes. WILWILBE. We'll make sure to put this down in the description. WILWILB. This is going to get you Nikita's voice line if you hadn't. They tried to get everybody in drops on Saturday, I think, and it just didn't work. Some people got them, some people didn't. It was supposed to be 100%, but it didn't happen. So this is what they're going to do. But it's only going to be active for 3 days. And this was posted on the 30th. So you have 2 more days, 1 more day. I don't know what the actual cutoff is going to be. Either way, if you're watching this, go to your launcher, type this in. If you want Nikita's voice line, do it anyways, even if you don't, because then it's there. So yeah, will be for that. Also, GIMMEWIRES is another one. They've gotten tons of them, but they turn them off after about a day or two. So I'm not going to go through a bunch of codes and have you guys, I put them up on the posts. You can see them there, but this will give you some more wires for your stash. Help you upgrade some stuff or just sell them for some money. But I think that is everything. We'll wrap her up there. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, don't forget that like and subscribe button. Helps me out a ton. Tells YouTube you want to see more of the content. And then you don't miss out on updates like this. Because imagine if you see this in 2 days and you miss out on the WILWILBE. That's because you didn't have notifications turned on. That won't happen. Just saying. Anyways, appreciate you guys. I wish you the best of luck in your raids. Hope you're enjoying 1.0. We'll see you in Tarkov.